Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. On the second official day of summer in 2025, we have the hottest day of the year so far. Getting us underway, it is Power Baseball and Force Ohio up next on SmeeSports. From Schoonover Stadium in Kent, Ohio, we say good morning and welcome on in to the 2025 Kent State Invite number 2 championships, starting with game 1 between Power Baseball and Force Ohio. He's Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel this morning. Cam, it is going to be a very hot day outside. I believe the highs in the mid-90s right now, maybe 94, 95 for today. Championship game at 3:15, scheduled to be 92 degrees outside. You've played in these conditions before. How do you manage it?
You got to get a lot of water. You got to try and stay out of the heat as long as possible. Got to avoid those big innings, especially being on the turf field. It just kind of adds about 10 degrees, maybe even more, as the day kind of heats up and the turf stays as hot.
One of these teams will advance to play a second game today. The other one will be done this morning. Playing 2 games back-to-back is always tough, but in this heat, that is extra difficult. You've played on this Kent State turf before, Cam, and we were down there maybe 15 minutes ago, and it is already scorching hot.
Yeah, it's just every time the sun kind of moves up a little bit more, it's just going to keep getting warmer and warmer, and like you said, I think it's around 80 degrees right now, and it's probably going to get at least another 10, maybe even 15 degrees hotter.
The heat index for today is set to be 112 degrees, so not a typical day at the pool per se, but more of a day on the sun or in Dante's Inferno. Not going to be a pleasant day for baseball necessarily, but otherwise clear skies, nice little breeze. Outside of the scorching hot temperatures, it is a good day for some baseball at Schoonover Stadium. On the mound today for Force Ohio, it is going to be Gavin Terzil. First pitch of the game, chopped too short, picks up. The throw to one is in time. It's 1 up, 1 down to begin the game.
Quick start. That's exactly what you want to see.
That was Bo Denude grounding out to the starting shortstop today for Force Ohio in Braden Gerard. We do have a starting lineup for Force, but before we do set the defense, one thing to note, On the official lineup card, Jack Rachel was scheduled to play third base, first of all. And then secondly, he is in right, so we will see where he actually is. Terzel calls it on the mound and has it for out number 2. 2 pitches, 2 outs. A very fast start to this game for Force Ohio's defense, and that will bring up Power Baseball starting pitcher in Aiden Stacy. Stacy just finished up his 8th grade year and now will be heading off to the high school level to play for Edison. The third pitch of the inning finally taken, and that will be the first ball of the game.
Thought we were going to get the illustrious 3-pitch inning.
That usually never happens, so we will see if that does happen here later on in the day. The 1-0 taken inside, now 2-0. But in a game like this, it might not be the big championship on the line, but still, silverware is on the line. It means a little bit more. 2-0 off the plate and behind to the backstop for ball 3.
I believe when I was checking, Rachel is at third base. I believe in right field is number 1.
And number 1 is not listed on the active roster. There is a new name in Anthony Vespucci wearing number 16, but he could be the man in right. 3-0, runs inside, almost clips Stacy, but he is able to get out of the way. Nonetheless, he will take first on 4 pitches. Always a tough thing with travel ball. So many moving pieces, but Cam, you've seen one transaction in a tournament make a whole host of differences.
Absolutely. It's kind of just how one player can completely change a team. You bring in an extra arm when you really need it, and they help you out.
We saw that with OEB. Brady Bowen, supposed to be a guest player for one tournament, and now he is the everyday shortstop. And we will potentially be seeing him again on Thursday against Premier Kofi. 1-0 upstairs for ball 2. A lot of great games in the area today. The big one, I think, to look at, it will be over at Tri-C later on today. It is Team Ohio Pro Select versus Release Edwards. Assuming we see that 1-2 matchup, whoever wins that game might be the best travel baseball team in Ohio. Release Edwards, we saw them over at Lakewood. Xander Triplett, Bo Davis, so many top-tier guys on that squad. Then Team Ohio, they've been around for 9 years and have produced pretty much a whole squad of major leaguers. 2-0 upstairs for ball 3. But the talent in travel baseball has gone up exponentially over the past couple of seasons. Before, it was a lot of guys just playing for their city, like we will see later on with the Mentor Cardinals. But now, these organizations coming in, taking over travel baseball, and that has made for some very interesting viewing. Strike 1 taken on the inside corner by Bryson Cunningham, the center fielder for Power Baseball. Just like his pitcher, just finished up his 8th grade year, and now will be going to Edison. The 3-1 taken inside for ball 4. After 2 pitches, 2 outs, it is 2 batters, 2 walks.
And only on 9 pitches, I believe. I mean, the first one was 4 pitch, and that one just gets the strike there and then walks him on the next pitch.
Now it turns to Kaysen Lash, the EH. Kaysen was at short on Thursday for a game, had a lot of great plays, just kind of taking the ball out of the gap and making an excellent throw over to 1 numerous times. We could see him potentially come into the field if we do see a pitching change in this contest. 0-1, drop behind the dish, throw down to 3 is airmailed into left field, and everybody will stay put. But all of a sudden, 2 runs in scoring position, a chance to open up the scoring early for Power Baseball.
Yeah, almost a disaster there. Kind of ball got away from the catcher, threw it a little bit high. Thankfully, third baseman was able to jump up and tip it with his glove. Otherwise, could be some runs.
The last time these two teams played, it was Force Ohio getting a big 14-8 victory. Terzel gets it on the mound. Light chuck 2-1 is in time, and the side is retired. 2 blemishes, then a great response to get out of the inning by Terzel. Middle of 1 at Schoonover Stadium. No score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Before we get back into the action, Cam, we have figured out who is in right field. It is a Jay Rachel, just Josh, his younger brother. So we will see how both of them are able to do today. Not twins. You see Jack Rachel just finished up his freshman year at Aurora. His younger brother Josh just finished up 8th grade at Aurora. They will be together next season. So pretty cool to see them playing together. We've seen a couple of sibling pairings so far this season. Always a fun day for the family to go and see both kids play at the same time. Usually when you do have that split age group discrepancy, you have to split the parents one at one at the other.
Yeah, it's usually what my parents did, especially for travel ball with me and Ethan being on different teams. So probably parents pretty happy that they're on the same team finally.
We saw that with the Deutsches in Chase and Braden, and on top of that, Brock Bowen and Brady Bowen for OEB. Always a fun sight. The 1-2 popped on the infield left side. It will go. Klein underneath it has it for out number 1. On the mound for Power today, it is Aiden Stacy wearing number 4. We saw Stacy in the last frame get a 2-out walk. He was the first base runner of the game for Power Baseball. In the end, did not come around to score as he was stopped at third. Gavin Tercel, the pitcher for Forge, now steps in, waves at 1 upstairs for strike 1. I think we are going to see a lot of heat and a lot of pitches outside the strike zone today. Given the temperatures, fatigue is going to be a big deal.
I was going to say you can definitely see a lot of heat.
But I think the top of the zone, mainly a lot of fast pitches. We're going to see it there because if the timing's off at all, it's going to go right by, and you're going to get that coveted swing and miss. The 0-2. On the high heat, it is taken into center field, and it will bloop in for a 1-out single. Good hitting by Gavin Terzel. We talk about it a lot at this level. Positioning is everything. The outfield playing a normal depth. If you can drop the ball right in front of them, it might not be the hardest hit ball of the game, but it gets a runner on. The stat book doesn't really give a difference between a bloop single and a hard hit single to the wall. A runner is a runner. First pitch is a strike to Jack Rachel, the third baseman. 0-1 the count. This Forest Ohio team coming in as the 5 seed, I believe, finishing up pool play 2-2. And they will call that a strike on the corner. Now 0-2. But always a fun day for pool play, but always a better day for some championship ball. The 0-2 hit fouled on the left side, and a great snag over at third by the coach.
Very nice.
One of the best coaching fielding plays that we will see. Going back to the standings, Force 1-3, same thing with the Menor Cardinals. Then all three teams in the championship bracket stand at 3-1. Power Baseball, the only other outlier, as they are 0-4. Pops right side, and it will go into the dugout foul. But do not sleep on this Power Baseball squad. We saw them down by 6 against Clutch Elite on Thursday. 5 runs would score in the bottom of the 7th inning. Kind of a controversial ending. A couple of runs that could have scored called on a dead ball that really was never explained. They had a case to win that game, but in the end, they just couldn't get it done. 0-2 once again fouled away by Rachel. Good work by him, just hanging in the box right now, trying to find a breakthrough. But in the meantime, as long as he can keep fouling off these offerings, he stays alive. And once again, he will chop it down the left field line, and yet another great play by the coach at third.
2 for 2. We're going to keep his stats.
Keep in mind the starting pitcher, Terzel, for Forest Ohio, he has 2 putouts. The coach now matches his player. The 0-2 swing and a miss. It's a hefty wave for out number 2. Strikeout number 1 on the day for Aiden Stacy. Gets that chase, and once again, given the fatigue and given the heat, I think we are going to see that same exact sequence a lot today. It makes sense for the time being, as both sides are still trying to wake up as well. It's an early morning game. Always tough to bring your best starting at the crack of dawn.
Especially with this heat.
It feels like it's mid-afternoon, but in reality, it is only 8:45 local time. 1-0 count on Ben Duke. Swings and misses, now 1-1. It appears, at least for now, Stacy's best pitch is that outside low offering. I wouldn't be surprised to see him continually attack there. Runner goes, hangs it over the plate, 1-2 count, throw down to 2, goes wide left, but it will stay in the infield. Good cover over at shortstop for the defense. That was Long, able to back that one up. Either way, it is a stolen bag for Gavin Terzel. Opening run now in scoring position for Ben Duke. The 1-2. Hit down the left field line, but foul. In stark contrast to the Power Baseball offense, Force Ohio is hitting a lot of foul balls.
Yeah, really forcing the pitcher to work, driving up that pitch count.
Both pitch counts going up, but for Power, it was simply being patient. For Force, it's attacking. Both do get the same job done, but the aggression may be a little bit more beneficial. Chop left side, and it will get through into left field. They will send the opening run home. I think the hose is going to get him. Instead, it's cut off on the mound, and the opening run will score.
Very weird play there. It looked like the throw might have gotten him, but it kind of got halfway cut off. I think if that might have gone through, it would have gotten him, but I guess we'll never know.
I'm in agreement with you, Cam. That looked like a great relay in, and based on where that would have hopped, that would have been a one-hop right to the catcher, and all of a sudden you have a close call at home. Instead, it's 1-0 Force. Run number 2 in scoring position, and that will be scored as an RBI single for Duke. You could say it did take a light deflection off of the glove at short, but it was an extra effort, and that was a perfectly placed ball by Ben Duke.
Yeah, by the time the shortstop would have gotten it, he most likely would have been safe at first anyways.
Either way, the opening run is on the board for Force Naida. The winner of this game takes on the Menor Cardinals in game number 2 of the day at 10:45 a.m. 2-0 hangs upstairs for ball 3. After Pedraza, the second baseman, it goes to Braden Gerard, the shortstop, in the 7-hole. Good work by Force, using all 3 outs to their advantage. Still one more left to get for the Power Baseball defense. And with run number 2 in scoring position, if you can get this run here against a team like Power, who has struggled to get runs on the board early on in the game, you can establish a very nice cushion. Good patience on the inside corner. Ball 4 taken, and that'll put 2 on with 2 down for Gerard. Braden Gerard just finishing up his freshman year over at Solon. Mentioned it last time. Solon, a much improved team from 2 years ago. 3-19, I believe, in 2024. Last year, I think 7-15. So definitely on the right path to getting back to being a good competitive squad. And we see rebuilds all the time at the high school level. It doesn't need to be an instantaneous thing. We see it perfectly with Ignatius football. They're building back piece by piece under a new regime after having a coach for, 30 years with Chuck Kyle?
Yeah, sometimes it's just how you got to do it. You kind of, like you said, coach kind of leaves, and then you got to start up at it all the way from ground zero pretty much.
The 0-2 popped into right field. That will fall for a base hit. They will send run number 2 to test fate. The throw home will one hop in, but not in time. Into second base is Gerard, and it will be scored as an RBI single. Make it 2-0 Force.
Good job of hitting there. Goes the other way, and just with 2 outs, runners are in motion on the crack of the bat, and that's exactly what happened there.
That will now bring up Jacoby Shadle wearing number 18. He is the starting first baseman for Force Ohio today. But already a 2-0 lead in hand. Runs 3 and 4 in scoring position. Ground ball hit up the hole, and it will escape the shortstop. Now 3-0. They will send the runner home. The play is cut off again. They will have a rundown. It is 4-0, and the runner Shadle is in at second. Once again, another tough cut rewards Force with 2 runs.
Yeah, just like you said, the cutoff there looked like it was going to be another close play at home. Instead, the ball's cut off, and they try and get the third out through via the rundown, and then runner's still able to make it to second base.
In the meantime, weak chopper up to short. Going to be a tough play to make. The throw to 1 is in time, and the side is retired. But Force Ohio does a great job using all 3 outs to their advantage, and they're able to plate 4 runs in the first inning. Through 1 at Schoonover Stadium, it is the 5 seed on top by 4. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Force Ohio's offense off to the races in the bottom of the first inning, plating a total of 4 runs. Cam, as we break that one down, the big thing to note, the heads-up base running of Force coupled with the cutoffs of Power has given us this result.
Yeah, definitely a couple interesting cuts that we saw there last inning. Kind of, it's really tough to make those decisions, but then when you look back at it, and especially from up here, you're kind of wondering, what back on that decision, what happened?
Popped into shallow right field, and taking it in is Josh Rachel for out number 1. Once again, it is Jack and Josh Rachel in the lineup together for Force Ohio. Jack over at third, and Josh in right. With the leadoff man away, Jalen Steve, the second baseman, will step in here for Power Baseball in the 7-hole. 2 runners last inning for the 6th seed, both via the walk. And in the end, they could not bring them in, stranding them at 2nd and 3rd. And we've seen a couple of pass balls with nobody on today. When that starts to happen with runners on, that is when you start to see damage in full effect. But we will see how this game ends up playing out. A lot of time left to go. Chopped up the middle, too short. Scooped up by Gerard. Throw to 1 is in time for out number 2. Solid stretch by Shadle over at 1. Makes that play a whole lot more clear cut.
And second inning in a row, 2 quick outs here.
And that will help the arm of Terzel stay in the game.
The only question is he going to follow it up with the 2 walks that he had last inning?
That is something to note. And as well, this is their second to last game or last game if they lose. You don't really have to save his arm for later on in the tournament. He is going to throw as long as he can, if I had to guess.
Yeah, pretty much. You probably have one or 2 pitchers lined up for this game if you need them, and then you're looking to get your best arms in there for the second game if you can make it there.
Still a silver championship bracket game, but anytime that you can win a trophy, no matter where it is, you want to win it.
Absolutely. I mean, a trophy is still a trophy. Hardware is still hardware, and they're just going out there doing their best, trying to have fun and win these games.
And it's not like they have a league season to play either. These are tournament teams by nature. This is what they play for. Every Sunday, a chance to win. And I know, Cam, I was talking to you before the game about a new concept. What will your thoughts be on a championship for travel ball teams? You combine the records, they have to play in certain tournaments, only certain ones count, maybe even in state, and then they go from there. In the meantime, it is hit into right center field, picked up on a couple of hops, but it's a 2-out single for Bryson Klein.
Yeah, back to your point, I think it'd be really kind of interesting for that, kind of introduce a new dynamic into this game, put a couple teams up against each other that really haven't played each other, and see who is, quote-unquote, like the ultimate, the best team.
Obviously, there are some stipulations with age groups, but bring the top 8 teams in a certain area together. That could even be a good format to then give teams bids to the NABF World Series, which we will be covering in a few weeks. So we will see how that ends up working out as travel teams playing only tournaments is becoming the new norm.
Yeah, I know for at least my last year, I think we played only tournaments, kind of just getting off through the week, and then tournaments, you know, kind of just consumed my life.
And as somebody who played for a team who did tournaments but also at the same time didn't, I wasn't really the biggest fan of those tournaments. It was tough to play in those, especially with the limited squad depth that we had. I couldn't play in any of the tournaments we played in last year. It was just really tough to get that amount of time off. Pops up left side. Underneath it at third is Rachel, and the side is retired. 2-out single interrupts the 1-2-3 inning, but in the end, no damage done by Power Baseball. Middle of 2 at Schoonover Stadium. It is Force, Ohio, up by 4 on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Forces offense hungry for some more runs as we begin the bottom of the second inning, and a beautiful pitch to get us underway. Changeup gets it in the zone, 0-1 the count. I believe it is Cannon Driscoll, then Josh Rachel, and Anthony Vespucci this inning for Force. Hit over into left field and caught for out number 1. Excellent snag out in left by Danoon. Not an easy fly ball to catch up with by any means, but he's able to track that one down for a quick first out.
Especially as it's dropping quickly out there and just able to get under it just before it hits the turf.
Now it is Josh Rachel, the number 10 hitter, stepping in. And he will take ball 1 in the dirt. Setting the power baseball defense, it is Stacy on the mound, Orchis behind the dish, Everhard at first, Steve at second, Long at short, Klein at third, and from left to right in the outfield, it is Danoon, Cunningham, and Kepner. But a guy like Josh Rachel looking to make an impact, now joining this squad with his older brother, a chance to show up big bro with the lead already in hand. If you are Force Ohio, you obviously want to get a run rule if possible in this game, but at what point do you decide, okay, small ball's our best option?
I think it's definitely probably got to be later in the innings. I mean, you're already up 4-1, and you did that all with 2 outs. Probably say when you get it down to it, probably maybe the 4th or the 5th, you kind of start thinking about it. But obviously, a run rule is exactly what you want.
And right now it is Aiden Stacy settling on into the game. That is his first strikeout of the day, or excuse me, his second one of the day, and that is out number 2. Now Anthony Vespucci, the number 11 hitter, steps in. 2 up, 2 down to begin the inning, and he will take strike 1. But credit to Power Baseball's defense, at least in the early stages of this half inning, they are getting back to their best that we saw them do a couple of days ago. Nice scoop over at 2. The shovel to 1 is in time, and the side is retired. Based on your reaction, Cam, I think it is time to go to video replay.
Yeah.
Excellent recovery. That was not an easy play for Steve to make by any means. He bobbled it a couple of times. But did he end up getting the out? I would say yes.
Yeah. 1 second look. I don't know. It was kind of weird with how the first baseman almost like crossed the the first baseline. So maybe that played a difference in me seeing it the first time. But after looking at it, I think the umpire made the correct call.
Not an easy angle for the umpire to make that call, but in the end, he does get it right. Force Ohio, after scoring 4 runs in the first, goes in order in the second to complete at Schoonover Stadium. It is the 5 seed on top on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Top of the third inning here in Kent, Ohio, on the campus of Kent State University. 4-0 your score. Force Ohio on top of Power Baseball. For those just joining us, he's Cameron Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this morning. Definitely a hot day at the office at Schoonover Stadium. Temperatures expected to get into the mid-90s today. Right now in the mid-80s. Pops up in foul territory. Terzel calls it off from the mound, and he has it for out number 1.
I don't even want to think about that. It's only 80 right now, and it's still supposed to get at least 10 or 12 degrees hotter.
And plus the heat index of 111.
I'm already sweating. It's already been a long day, and we will be here for a lot longer.
Every window in the box is open right now. The door is open.
We got 2 fans going.
And I think we have a nice scary bug on the far side now.
Yeah, he keeps popping in and out.
First pitch in there for strike 1. Bo Danoon back up for his second set of swings. He grounded out to short to begin the game in the top of the first. 0-1 taken inside, now 1-1.
Already tried to work the in-stadium scoreboard. Already messed up, so I gave up on that. Turned it off.
It's not for everybody, especially when we're doing the game here. 1-1 down low for ball 2. But a total of 4 games today. 2 less than we had last Sunday, I will say that. Silver bracket first, then championship later on today. Next weekend, it's flipped, and it's on Saturday, so we should be here for the championship games on Saturday, not the silver. Ground ball to short, take it in once again at first for out number 2. It is the same exact play, retiring Danoon. Good throw by Gerard, picking up Shadle. That is put out number 3 for the shortstop in this game. That's always a fun statistic to look at. How many outs do you contribute to? Defense is great and all, but if you're only contributing 1 out as a top-tier player, part of that's if the balls hit you or not. But at the same time, if you want to be that impact player, putouts might even matter more than base hits.
Yeah, it depends on kind of how the story of the game goes. If there's a lot of hits versus if there's little hits, definitely could be the other way around.
Ground ball down the left field line. That could be extra bases for Dylan Long. Puts it in a good spot. It is all the way in the corner in left. He might take off to 3. He will. The play will not happen, and he is in standing. It's a 2-out triple for Dylan Long.
Wow, I mean, hits that in the perfect spot. Just right down the line and just travels all the way to the wall. All the way in that back corner. I mean, by the time the left fielder got the ball, he was already rounding second. So, easy choice for him to go to third, and obviously, like you said, makes it standing.
And now the opening run of the game for Power Baseball, 90 feet away. It is the pitcher, Aiden Stacy, on 0 for 0 in this game as he walked in his lone plate appearance, but a chance to put Power on the board in potentially an elimination game for them. 1-1 now the count as he takes the 0-1 up and in. After Stacy, it goes to Bryson Cunningham, then Kaysen Lash. Force Ohio facing some adversity in the top of the third. Lacey pops it out of play. And just wide right of the press box as well. Count now sits at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next inning for Force Ohio is the top of their order with Mulligan, Terzel, and Rachel. The 1-2. Sailing upstairs, 4 ball 2. Patience right now might be the best friend of Stacy. If he finds a pitch he likes, he's going to swing. But if he does walk, first and third, you steal. And then this becomes a real chess match. The 2-2. Ground ball left side, picked up at third. Rachel to save the run. He does on the pick of Shadle, and the side is retired.
Really good pick over there at first to save that run. Pitcher gives it a nice fist bump there.
That is making a big impact play defensively. Rachel puts the ball on a spot for Shadle to get the pick, but he does the heavy lifting as we watch this one back. Perfectly placed. He kind of just extended his arm and hoped, but that hope was more than enough to get the ball into the glove, and the inning is over. Middle of 3 at Schoonover Stadium. After a slight scare, it is still Force Ohio on top 4-0. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Force Ohio looking for some redemptions at the sticks in the bottom of the third inning. Strong first frame, scoring 4 runs. Then in the second, going in order. A tough play to make at short. The throw to one will not be in time. Either way, what a snag by Long to even have a potential play at the bag.
Yeah, really good snag over there at short, and then almost gets him on the stretch, but just able to beat it out.
It'll be a leadoff single for Kalen Mulligan, the center fielder. Mulligan just finishing up his sophomore year at Western Reserve. He was the starting pitcher for Game 1 of this tournament. He will take second base, and he is in easily. Once again, almost sliding off the bag, though we have seen that a lot, even without the rain. But he is able to reestablish in time, and that will be stolen base number 2 of the day for Force Ohio, joining the man in the batter's box in Terzel in that category. Looking at the run rules as well, just to set the table, if we do get to that chance, it is 12 runs after 3, 10 after 4, and 8 after 5. 2-0 inside for ball 3. We could see that in this game, but if Power Baseball can hang in defensively, I think we have a good shot to play all 7. He will show bunt, pulls it back, and he gets hit. And he will take his base. Always something to look at, Cam. Do you think that bunt attempt put him in the way of the ball? And if so, did the twist really kind of put him in an interference spot?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Usually we do see that one appealed. I'm not surprised that we haven't there because it was pretty clear cut, but a lot of times on plays like that we do see an appeal. That bunt is popped right, but foul. 0-1 the count. Going back to the bingo cards, I believe that one is one of them. A lot of different bingo cards here at Schoonover Stadium's press box. I think game number 2 we have to play. The 0-1 hit left side, scooped up at third. They will get the lead runner, but not the trail. But a heads-up play for out number 1.
Yeah, good job. Taking the easy out there, and kind of third baseman gets the ball. Smart play to step on third. Tries to get the runner at first for the double play, but like you said, in there safely.
Now Ben Duke, the EH, steps in. He hit an RBI single earlier on in this game that ended up opening up the scoring for Force Ohio. So a chance to bring in potentially a pair here. First pitch off the plate for ball 1. So far in this game, the one big hit belongs to Power Baseball that tripled down the line. But otherwise, nothing crazy. Once again, chopped to third. They will throw to 1 instead. Off the bag, the tag is there for out number 2. But that puts 2 runners in scoring position.
Yeah, kind of a little weird play there. I mean, third baseman, instead of going to third this time, he elects to make the throw across. Kind of a little bit of a wayward throw. First baseman makes a good play to come off the base and apply the tag. And unorthodox way to get 2 outs, but there are still 2 outs.
You needed to find something on that play. You could not load up the bases with 1 down. Good pick behind the dish by Wirtz, as that will keep it 4-0 for the time being. But it is a 1-0 count on Pedraza, who walked his last time up.
Especially with how big that backstop is.
That pitch a little bit lower, but it will scoot away, and that will make it 5-0 Force.
Exactly when I talked about it. And the other runner moves up to third, so kind of same scenario as well. Another pass ball, another run scored.
If another one happens, then Pedraza really no pressure to produce. And that's a good spot for him to be in. 1-1 count, elimination game. You want to play one more game today, and that helps you get there. Swings and misses on one upstairs, 1-2.
Or if you just keep the count alive to possibly force another pass ball or a ball in the dirt that kind of just gets away.
1-2 the pitch. Up and in for ball 2. The only kicker on a potential drop third, if there were runners at first and second, the inning ends as the base, I believe, is occupied. The 2-2. Hangs upstairs, but finally dips in, and the inning is over. Beautiful strike 3 on the breaking ball. We will take a second look at that one. Once again, looking like it would hang high, and that is the danger of pitch tunneling. You establish that top pitch staying upstairs. You see one just like it, and all of a sudden, you're rung up.
Yeah, just really good break on that off speed there, and like you said, kind of just curves and breaks right into the center of the zone for strike 3.
1 run still to score for Force in the bottom of the third inning, courtesy of a passed ball. 3 complete in Kent. It is Force Ohio up by 5 on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Three complete at Schoonover Stadium as we begin the top of the fourth inning. 5-0 Force Ohio on top of Power Baseball. Once again, the winner of this game will take on the number 4 seed Mentor Cardinals in the Silver Bracket Championship game beginning at 10:45 a.m. You are not going to want to miss that one, as that has the makings to be a very good game after this. And then after that game's over, we get into the championship bracket as we look to crown a new Kent State Invite champion. By default, as the 1 seed, it was Premier Ohio Gambetta getting the first title. Who will join them later on today? Then next weekend, we will crown a third champion, once again going back to the 16-17U division. And that is a chance for the number 2 seed in that prior tournament in Clutch Guskoff to get redemption, as they never had a chance to play that day. Their game, along with the championship, rained out. 2-1. Popped up on the infield right side, called off at first, and Shadle has it for out number 1.
I think the pitcher's shoe just fell off.
Not necessarily what you would expect to see on the mound from a pitcher, but either way, that is kind of what happens there. Looking at the mound, it is dirt off to the sides and just a carpet of turf up the middle.
Good old tire change.
With 1 down, that will bring in Lash, the EH.
My favorite thing about, speaking of tire changes, is when the catcher was on deck with 2 outs and they always had their leggings on and then they would get up. I was part of the quote-unquote pit crew that would always go and take off their leggings to get them ready.
The 1-0, swing and a miss, now 1-1. Now at Holy Name, I don't know if he ever did that for me.
I didn't want to do it for you.
I kind of think I did that one myself. That was when I was allowed to catch.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Put him in left field.
I think it was right, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Put him in the outfield. How about that?
I digress. The 1-1 grounded up the middle, too short, scooped up by Gerard. The throw to one is in time for out number 2. But I think ask any of my coaches, I am better suited up here in the press box than on the diamond.
At least now, yes.
Yeah, I think we both threw a baseball or two, and I think both of our arms are starting to feel it now.
I need UCL surgery.
I threw one ball back because the balls were coming into the infield. We were getting the lineup cards. Chucked it back to be nice, and then all of a sudden, arm pain.
I'm meeting my doctor. His name is Tommy John.
I'm trying to think the last time I threw a baseball before that. I think it was the last game that we played, somehow making it to the OPL semifinals. It was at Boykin Park in Fairview.
Jeez.
Insane ball knowledge. The 1-0. Swing and maybe contact. Either way, it's behind 1-1. But baseball, definitely a fun sport to play, but also one of the best ones to call, as it is a lot less high octane in comparison to basketball, football. Football, I would say, less than basketball, as basketball is just constant motion. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And right now the plan is to be at Warrensville Heights on Thursday for the locked-in championships. We will have one semifinal at 6, and then at 7 p.m. it is the championship game. Potentially a King Young reunion with CCC on the cards. So stay tuned for that. 1-2 up and in for ball 2. Once that A is done as well, we will be 30 games into our baseball coverage this summer. Should be more, but due to cancellations and bad road conditions, a couple of games have been axed. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Everhart. Almost hits him, but gets out of the way for ball 3.
I kind of just pulled his hands in at the last second and just missed him.
Usually that's one that you hear, you should have worn that one, or we got ice. The payoff pitch, it is down low for ball 4, and he will take first base the easy way.
Didn't even need to wear it.
Second time today after a 2-up, 2-down sequence that there was a walk. Third time today, or no, excuse me, fourth time today after 2-up, 2-down, the next guy gets on. I had to relook at the notes for this. First inning, you go back to that. Ground out, pop out, then walk. Second inning, fly out, ground out, base hit. Third inning, pop out, ground out, triple. This inning, pop out, ground out, walk. A very telling sequence. Swing and a miss, now 1-1.
Can't get that illustrious 1-2-3 inning.
But right now, the scoreboard reading 0 for Power Baseball. Force Ohio will take that for the time being. Obviously, they want to add on to their lead. There's only so much that they can do. That pitch inside for ball 2. And against the Mentor Cardinals, that might be a scrappier game depending on who they throw. Their offense, not the highest flying in this competition. They did plate 12 runs on this Power Baseball squad. But also, it's kind of unfair to compare it, as they had to go up against Araya Jassagam of the Mash Factory, and he has one heck of an arm. And really, that squad has so much depth. It's not easy to compare these teams. You have guys who are established in the area, but also some unknown commodities who can easily break out at any point. 3-1, popped right side, and it will be in play down the right field line. I didn't think that was going to stay fair, and that will bring in the opening run of the game for the Power Baseball Club. Into third is Jalen Steve, and it is now 5-1.
Wow. That ball kind of just hung up there, and I think just barely landed on the line out there in right field. I thought it was going to be out of play, but kind of the dive from the right fielder just misses it, and then runner ends up all the way at third.
We're going to score that one as an RBI triple for Jalen Steve as he just snuck it in. I was in the same thought as you. I thought that was going to go foul, or it did go foul, but all of a sudden you see the arm pointing towards fair territory, and Steve is off to the races now at third. Klein now stepping in, looking to make it 5-2, but he will fly out to center field, and the inning is over. How about that? By the slimmest of margins, Power Baseball is on the board, courtesy of a bloop RBI triple from Jalen Steve, just stinking it down that right field line. Still a 4-run mountain to climb for Power Baseball as we enter the bottom of the 4th inning. 5-1, your score. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to the Sun, a.k.a. Schoonover Stadium on the campus of Kent State University. The heat definitely ramping up as we enter the bottom of the fourth inning. Cam, that is going to be one of the biggest storylines today, especially given that these guys are out on turf. So far, a good game, and it appears both squads are able to stay hydrated in between the frames, which is always a good sign.
Absolutely. I mean, we're going to keep talking about it all day, but it is... We are not glass animals, but this is a heat wave.
And it's also not the middle of June technically anymore. Kind of is, but still not. And it also is, unfortunately, not 2021 or FIFA 20. 2-0 in there for strike one. I feel like that could be a whole discourse of greatest FIFA soundtracks of all time. That song might be number one. The 2-1 upstairs for ball three.
It's definitely a lot of good ones for sure.
Love Me Again, FIFA 14. That could be the top one right there. Back to the action here. For Forest, Ohio, it is Gerard, Shadle, and Wittendorf this frame. 3-1, and it is time to get out of the way for ball four. The leadoff man is aboard for Forest, and that'll bring up Shadle.
Yeah, kind of an interesting. You said kind of got out of the way for ball four, and then I don't even know, kind of just ducked down, and then the ball went all the way to the backstop.
But Shadle, a 2 RBI single his last time up. The only way that he gets 2 RBIs here is if he goes yard. First pitch hangs upstairs for ball one. A dangerous first pitch to give there, as that ball looked to kind of just stop right over the plate. Any bit lower, and I think he is tanking that one into left center. The 1-0. Kind of like that, but instead he gets too much underneath it. Pops up left side, and it will be caught in foul territory for out number one. Excellent hustle out and left by Danoon.
Yeah, kind of just ends up tracking the ball and ends up drifting into foul territory as he's able to secure the grab.
That'll now bring up Dylan Westendorf. Westendorf 0 for 1 in this game as he was retired to end the first inning his last time up. First pitch sailing upstairs for ball one.
That's kind of another thing, a cool thing about summer baseball is you usually see those 10 batters back in high school ball, but then usually in summer ball, you see more people get the opportunity to hit.
Westendorf able to hit a single into right field with one down, now 2 on for Forest, Ohio. The offense ready to get rolling again as Cannon Driscoll, the catcher, steps in the 9 slot. Driscoll just finishing up 8th grade. He will be a freshman this upcoming year at St. Ed's. He lives up to the name of Cannon for sure, as he was able to throw out Luke Hudak in a game on Thursday trying to steal second base. But you look at the landscape of St. Ed's baseball, if he can't continue to improve, all of a sudden with Jack Loud graduating next year, he can step in. And without doing anything, he just takes that one, gets the bat down, and that will put 2 guys in scoring position. Sometimes the best thing that you can do in baseball is nothing.
Yeah, kind of talked about it earlier with the pass ball that scored a run, and then same thing, another one right here will score another run.
And off to our left, some of the Mentor Cardinals have made their way to Schoonover Stadium. They are up in around an hour and 15 minutes. Pops up shallowly, but foul.
Catcher didn't even move.
I don't think he knew where that ball went. And that's where, as a defense, specifically the pitcher, you have to say, you, and kind of point out where it is. That's where communication has to be at its best, but obviously, no harm, no foul quite yet. Popped into left field, and that one will get down for an RBI single. They will hold up the second runner at third, and that will make it 6-1. Going back to what we said earlier on in this game, you don't need to hit the ball as hard as humanly possible. As long as you hit it in front of the outfield, a single is a single, and in this case, an RBI single brings in a run.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want to see. I think they just switched out catchers, I believe.
We'll take a quick look on Game Changer to try and confirm or deny. It is Josh Rachel back in the meantime. Runner goes, throw down will not happen. And that will put two runners on in scoring position. But going back to the catching position, same catcher in. The pitch, swing and a miss, now 1-1. After Rachel, it goes to Anthony Vespucci, who grounded out his first time up. But two guys on in scoring position, a chance to make this 8-1. Swing and a miss, pulls off that one, now 1-2. Going back to a point made earlier, is this a bunting situation? Obviously, with two strikes, now that changes it, but if he gets on, do we see it?
Could be.
Light pop into right field, and it drops in, and that will be an RBI single for Josh Rachel. That'll keep runners at the corners, and that will make it 7-1.
I mean, now you definitely could. I mean, probably going to get the steal of second on the first pitch. Could possibly try and bunt over to that first base side and cause some havoc, trying to cause a run to score and possibly move the other runner to third.
The run rule inducing run is on the base path, and he is off to second base in with no contest. Base hit, and the run rule is enforced at the top of the next inning. An interesting dynamic change. Good scoop behind the dish by Wurcheese as he is able to keep that one in, but now a 2-0 count.
If I'm Force, you really kind of just got to mount it on here. It kind of seems like Power is taken a little bit back by the heat, and
Speaking of back, that one will hit him right below the back on the hip, and that will load up the bases for the top of the order.
Yeah, not really what you want to see there if you're Power. Looks like we're going to have a mound meeting here, probably to calm his pitcher down. And, I mean, they've been out in the field for a long time, and it feels like they're kind of just slowly roasting out there. That's kind of a way to put it.
Given the depth, this could be where he relieves his duties on the mound. Could also be a mound visit. In a game like this, there's no really room for any action in the bullpen because your next option most likely is already out there.
Exactly. Usually when it takes this long, though, it's kind of a talk out there, not usually given another play of the baseball.
But a couple of key pieces not here today for Power Baseball. Both Peyton and Xander Haught not active for this game. We got to see them in the last game. That could be an impact as Peyton was the catcher. Xander played over at third. Xander actually pitched on Thursday. So those two guys inactive could mean a lot of different things. There's still a chance that they are on the bench, but unless they're under the overhang, they're not here.
I'm going to be honest, that's probably exactly where you want to be, especially because it's probably the only place where there's actually shade in the dugout.
Usually you want your players to be up, but right now you want your players to stay active and not fried.
You want them to be active in the game, yes, but at the same time, like you said, really hot out here, so I wouldn't be upset at them if I was the coach and they were in the shade.
Being active is only so good as eventually you will become inactive if you're in the heat that long. Fly ball into left, caught on a dive for out number 2, And the runner will tag up, but it won't matter. It's a double play before the runner scores, and the side is retired.
Wow. I mean, the runner on second didn't believe that the ball was going to be caught, in a great diving effort out in left field. Spoils that and ends up taking another run off the board. And I mean, just a really good play out there. And you could see the runner from second retreating back, but not in time.
And now I think the conversation is, will the runner count, which is not a conventional double play, so it could if he did beat it out. But I think it was a tie at the plate, so the run should not count. And I think based on the hand gestures that we are getting from the officiating crew, I'm going to say it's still 7-1. But now that shows safe, so that can make it 8-1. I think Game Changer will have it right in a moment here. So we will step aside as we do get our facts straight here on SmeeSports. 3-4, potentially 8-1, but it looks like it will be 7-1 force on top. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Going back to last inning, just more confusion now for what officially the score is. Force's book has it at 7-1. Power's book has it at 8-1.
We're talking about it. That's kind of the inverse of what you would kind of expect, as Force wants it to be a wider margin and Power wants it to be the inverse. That was also kind of a weird play. I think it might have hit off the batter there. Ends up being foul anyways.
And it looks like both books are going to stay with what they have in.
Well, maybe we'll figure it out eventually, or maybe we won't.
Well, if a run scores in the bottom of the inning and the game doesn't end, we'll find it out. Chopped down the left side. It's going to be a tough play to make, but it is made for out number one. Excellent throw across the diamond by Jack Rachel.
Yeah, excellent play there. Kind of just toes it right down the line there. Able to get a nice strong throw over to first to record the out.
As well, for the meantime, we are going to keep it at 7-1 on our end. And from there, we will adjust if necessary. With one down, that'll bring up Murchis, the catcher. And I believe, Cam, you noticed that he was taken out in the last inning, as it was Bryson Klein wearing number 2 behind the dish. So we will see what happens with that. Definitely an on-the-fly change, but maybe one for tactical reasons or potentially to give Wirtjes a chance to warm up. And also the heat is killer.
It might have been because of the heat. I mean, back there, obviously, as a catcher, you're kind of just a sitting duck back there, and then especially with having those long innings and you're just catching and you're getting up and running, going get the pass balls and everything else. I mean, if you're the coach, you don't want your kid to die out there. So
it's a nightmare behind the dish in the heat. It truly is. The 3-0. Ground ball right side, scoops up at first. That will keep it fair, but nobody's there to cover. Kind of a pile-up down the line at 1.
There's been a lot of weird things happen this game. That one, I thought it was going to go foul, and then it kind of moved its way back in fair, missed first base, and then it looked like the first baseman kind of overran it but stopped it, and then the pitcher wasn't covering. And then the second baseman, slid in and almost took the first baseman out.
And beyond that, I had a 3-0 count on that. To get the green light there.
He got a single.
It worked. I would say E3. I'm scoring that as an error based on that. He's on.
He is on base. There you go.
But that is really tough and really an obscure play. But as you said, the way this game is going, I'm not surprised one bit. But sometimes the obscure games are the best that you will see in tournament play. The 1-0 down low for ball 2. Reminder, stay with us after this game for Game 2 of the Silver Bracket Championships. It is the winner of this game taking on the Mentor Cardinals to win the Silver Bracket. Runner goes the 2-0 down low for ball 3, and the runner is in. For Power Baseball, this is their avenue back into the ballgame, especially with the pitcher as exhausted as he is. But once again, going back to the scoring of this game, it is going to be very interesting down the stretch if that discrepancy does come back to bite one of these squads. Here comes the 3-0. That is going to be strike 1. 1 down in the inning. After Janoon, it goes to Dylan Long, who had a triple in his last plate appearance. And now a big chance for him to replicate it here. The 3-1. Ground ball hit right up the middle. Going to be a tough play to make. Gerard charges from short, throws to 1. It's in there for out number 2. And for the third time today, Danoon is retired by the shortstop Gerard. All 3 are ground outs to short.
It's like they're doing fungo.
But that will move runner number 2 into a spot that he can score on really any kind of play that gets by. Almost like that one. Throw back to 3, not in time. But having him at third is a good potential spot for an error to gift a run. You're seeing the pitcher, Terzel, on the mound start to slow down a little bit more. That fatigue starting to set in. One pitch gets away. Runner number 2 of the game will score. Ground ball chopped to third. Picked up in the hole, but there will be no play on the indifference. It is an RBI single for Dylan Long, and that will make it 7-2.
Another interesting play there. Kind of the third baseman dove in front of the shortstop to try and get the ball. Shortstop ends up with the ball, but really in no time to make a play at first, so he just eats it.
And hopefully with that run scoring, we will see the score change for one of these teams. Nope, it's still the same. One has 8-2, one has 7-2.
You know, I'm glad I'm not doing the scoreboard right now.
It would be a nightmare to figure that one out. The 1-0 down low for ball 2. And for the run rule, we don't really know what to go off of if we get there.
I don't even know.
We will see what they end up reporting this game as. It might be the winning book that reports. Runner goes. It is wide right, and that could be 2 bases. Long, he will take off for third. The play is not in time. He is in, taking 2 backs. This game not over yet for Power Baseball.
They're still in it. They're still fighting. Probably after coming off the field after that long, hot inning, finally able to get some liquids in them, kind of maybe rejuvenated them, as now we're going to see a mound visit here for Force.
And I think that's the right call right now. Terzel's starting to really get exhausted on the mound, and that's not really a fault of his own. He has thrown a good game here, Cam. It's just right now, given the heat, if a guy can go 7 at a maximum in these kind of conditions, I would say it's 5.
It's 83. It feels like 89. It's probably around 95 on the turf. So
feels like 89. I guess we're really underselling this heat.
Whatever. the weather people aren't out in the heat, and I am hot.
Doesn't help that got burned on Friday because it's supposed to be 74 degrees and cloudy at Tri-C. Yeah, try 85 and complete sun.
Sounds lovely.
That is just kind of the push and shove of summer ball. You might not get the exact weather conditions you want. Sometimes it's a lot better, but other times the skies just open up randomly like they did on Friday night. Rain was not scheduled until all of a sudden, bam, it was pouring.
It's Ohio for you.
But a chance to bring in runner number 3 here. And there is strike one on the corner from Terzel. This will most likely be his final inning of work on the mound. And potentially what Force can do is make it where this is it regardless with a run rule. 3-1, chop left side, foul, and we are at a full count, 3-2.
I mean, granted, we don't exactly know well, we know the run rule, but we don't know when it will be enforced because we do not know if Force has 8 or 7, but
hopefully we can get confirmation during the break. The payoff pitch, chopped foul. It's not like we can ask one of the teams because the books are different.
Exactly.
Hopefully that is one that we can get the umpire's attention on. It's going to be tough to do. But hopefully we can get more clarity on this ever-growing situation. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss. There is out number 3, and the side is retired. An excellent way to cap off the top of the 5th inning. Terzel getting the punch out, and that will go down as his first of the game. That might be the last pitch that he throws in this game, but either way, it is a beauty. Middle of 5, either 8-2 or 7-2 your score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Bottom of 5 at Schoonover Stadium and Cam, I think, after further discussion between us, until we get official confirmation, we are going with 8-2 as the score. And as well as the first pitch almost hits the batter, it'll be ball 1 on Terzel. If you want to talk about the situation that we are referring to that happened in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird play.
In the meantime, it is hit deep to right center field. It is down in the gap for Terzel. He will take the turn. He gets tripped up by the runner. At a minimum, he will take second base. Now he is going for third, and he will be in there. Now they send him home. But in the end, he is held up, and there's still a chance they award him home on the interference.
I don't believe they will, but still.
I feel like that should be.
They're going to talk about it.
I think it should be because I think Cam, based on that trip up, that's enough time to get home.
Yeah, I mean, the question was, I thought they were going to send him home, and regardless of whether he was going to be called out or safe, they were just going to call him safe at home because of the interference. It's at least what I thought was going to happen.
That would not have been a bad decision by this officiating crew. And I think they're keeping him there. In my opinion, I think that's the wrong call.
I think what he might be telling him,
next time, go.
if that, or I don't know if it was a big enough. I mean, I'm just looking at the hand signals. I don't know if it was a big enough, like, ran into him interference, or more of a trip. Or
if he would have fallen and still taken third, I think then he would have. I think in the context of the game, they have to look at, okay, how big of a trip up was it? Unfortunately, we don't have AWS with all that automation to decide, okay, if he went the same speed, would he have scored if the ball had been thrown in a certain way? It's a tough decision to make because it's another nuance of the game. 2-0 behind, and it won't matter. Tourzel will score on that. It is now 9-2 or 8-2. We still don't really know. Well, I think, Cam, if we get a run here, we'll know our answer.
yeah, we will.
Time now called, and if this is the call to the bullpen, which it is, I think now is the time to go down and confirm. A call to the bullpen has been made. It is Jordy Everhart wearing number 7 on to throw for Power Baseball, and he will take the place of Aiden Stacy on the mound. As the new pitcher warms up, we will go downstairs to confirm the decision of if this one is either 9-2 or 8-2, as that does impact when we would get a run rule if we do. In the meantime, to stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter, as well as subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal, 4,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. 9-2 or 8-2 your score. Please step aside. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Everhart all ready to go on the mound, and we did just get confirmation from down below. The runner did score, so your score now 9-2. The run rule inducing run now in the batter's box here, as it will be a 3-1 count as he takes strike one there. You are watching the 2025 Kent State Invite number 2 on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. The 3-1. A good pop lately into left center, and it will drop in a Bermuda Triangle for a single. Good hitting by Jack Rachel as he is able to bloop that one in. Cam, welcome back up to the box. Thank you for going down and checking. You can give the official description given by the coach.
They were just talking about it, and Apparently, the umpire signaled that it was safe, and then the coaches went and asked to be positive about it. But in the end, they said he was safe and scored before the out was recorded at second base.
I kind of agree with that decision, as that was not a 6-4-3 double play. If that was the case and that was the debate, if the runner got home before that, then yes, he's out. But that was not a typical force play, as the first putout came in the outfield in, I would say, unorganic circumstances. It's tough to decide. Ground ball hit too short. This could be a double play. They will get the lead and the trail. It's 2 down. Excellent work to get both of those outs. Not an easy ball up the middle. And all of a sudden, Power Baseball is 1 out away from keeping this game going at least one more frame longer.
You're just talking about that 6-4-3. Instead that time, they go 4-6-3.
With 2 down, David Pedraza, the second baseman, steps in. Complete opposite so far today. A strikeout and a walk. Chop left side, foul, 0-1 the counts. Once again, he does serve as the run rule inducing run.
3 for 3 on coaching fielding plays over there at third base.
He has been great over there and has a chance to do more in game number 2, as it does look like we will be seeing Force Ohio once again. But that can change. The 0-1, swing and a miss, a hefty wave, now 0-2. When previewing that game, Naida did take down the Cardinals earlier on in this tournament, if I'm not mistaken, so we could see the 5 seed walk away with the silver championship. The 0-2, Pedraza, a good pop into left field, and it will be caught on a dive to retire the side. The risk pays off, and the inning is over. If that ball got by, look out.
Yeah, it probably would have ended up being a triple, if not more. But in the end, a great play by the left fielder, and Force cannot get it done. See if Power can try and get some more runs back here and keep this a ball game.
Force 9, Power Baseball to your score on SmeeSports. This is the 2025 Kent State Invite number 2 in partnership with the 965 Midwest Tournament Challenge. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Before we get back to the action at Schoonover Stadium, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center and CrossFit Strongsville for sponsoring today's broadcast, as well as the 965 Midwest Challenge. Fly ball deep to left center, and that is over center field's head. Heading over into second base is Cunningham. He will take the turn, going to 3, and he is in standing with a leadoff triple. That changes this game drastically.
We have seen a lot of triples today, kind of unorthodox, as triples are usually the hardest things to get in baseball outside of obviously the home run, but still, especially with how shallow this outfield's playing, the ball gets by and all of a sudden they're running all the way to the wall.
Popped right side, but foul, 0-1 the count. On the scoreboard, it's not a drastic change as nothing changes, but We look back to the bottom of the 7th inning on Thursday. 5-run scoring. It started off with a play like that from Ben Duke. Run number 3 at third. Run number 4 in the box. If you can chip away, this game changes. Good fly, but foul. But if you're forced right now, your goal is to get out of this inning. No damage done. 1 run in the bottom of the inning, and you don't even have to put your defense out there again. And that also saves the arm of Dylan Westendorf, who just came on to throw. 5 innings of work for Terzel. He is in line for the win. The 0-2. Off the plate and behind. It is now 9-3. And with no outs, 1 run is on the board.
That's the beauty of the leadoff triple.
That is the 2nd triple of the day naturally. 3rd overall. Because the one just kind of blooped in. But 3 triples and only 3 runs.
Technically, 1 went to each field. 1 right down the left field line, 1 down the right field line, and that one straight away center.
And as well, Force has a triple of their own. So 4 triples. I don't think we have a double.
I don't believe so.
The 2-2. Fly ball left side, well foul, and out of play. Off the tent that resides just next to the bullpen in left. Don't really understand the purpose of that tent. Could be for the bullpen guys to just stay in the shade.
When I looked, there were like couches and very nice chairs there, so I'm not.
Could be club seating. And as well, the clubhouse is right next to it. A very nice clubhouse, I will say. The 2-2. A good drive once again into left field. Still going back, and that is over the left fielder's head. Heading on into second base is Lash. He will take the turn, and he will give us our first double of the afternoon. Morning, afternoon. It feels like afternoon at this point. But Kaysen Lash unleashes. And once again, we have a new game. No outs. Started 0-2. Able to work the count, and once again, it's another great hit. First double of the game. It only took us until the top of the 6th. First pitch off the plate to Everhard. For Force next inning, it is Gerard, Shadle, and Westendorf. Even more so now, it stings that they weren't able to put this game to bed in the last inning. And going back to the 4th inning, they had a chance to do it there. That put out at 2, ending the frame. If that runner would have stayed alive, 2 outs, he gets home. We're talking about game number 2 already. We're not even in this one anymore. But here we are, power baseball. No wins in this tournament, but they're trying to change that here, and they're trying to do what they couldn't complete against Clutch Elite on Thursday. Runner goes the 1-1. Ground ball right side, perfectly placed. They will send Lash home, and he is in. It's an RBI single for Jordy Everhart, and that makes it 9-4. Still nobody out. Now you see why the game drastically changed on that triple.
Absolutely.
Completely new game, and you see the second baseman is kind of out of position, and Everhart takes advantage. Steve's turn as he will take strike 1 just on the outside edge. But if they can get a couple of runs across here, we have a new game even more so. With the run rule kind of out of reach for Force. Runner goes, fly ball right side, but foul. Still a chance to get it if the offense heats back up. But right now, power baseball looking like the more convincing team.
They definitely have the momentum.
And I think even in hits, they are kind of close now to Force. Might still be trailing by a couple in that department, but they are not as far out as you would think. 0-2 misses down low, and maybe a titch outside for ball 1.
Very, very good pitch. Very close. Inviting of a swing, but none given there, and doesn't get the call.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner goes. It's down low for ball 2. The throw to second is not in time. Nice stolen bag for Everhard. And that will put run number 5 in scoring position. Still nobody out. 2 runs scoring this frame so far for power baseball. 9-4 your score. Ground ball left side, and it is through again. Nobody at third to pick up Everhard, and Steve is in at first easily. Corners, nobody out. This inning, triple, double, RBI single, single. Now it's Bryson Klein stepping in, but first we will have a mound visit. Run number 7 is in the batter's box.
Wow.
Power Baseball, don't sleep on them. They might be 0-4 in this tournament, but it's not for lack of competing. These guys give it their all every single game, and you can tell that here. But right now, if you're forced, do you make a tough call to the bullpen again?
Honestly, I wouldn't make the call right now, but you're definitely telling your guy or who's ever next in there to get ready and be ready to the situation to come in if they need to.
It's a tough spot. You don't want to pull Wessendorf here. You really don't, but you have to play the long game. Albeit the long game ends at the bottom of the 7th inning, but if you don't get this win, you go home.
Well, maybe the bottom of the 7th inning.
I'm going to say that's when it ends, as we could see it easily, I think, in this game. There is a time limit in play, so if this inning continues to go on for a while and they don't get the win, Force just needs to kind of just stand in there, delay, and they win the game that way. I believe the timer has maybe 25 minutes left. Runner goes, bunt is down perfectly. It's a squeeze play at home, and he is out. They get out number 1 at the plate, but that will keep 2 on.
They go with the safety squeeze there. Pitcher makes a nice heads-up play. Good tag there by the catcher as the runner kind of just slides into his mitt.
That's kind of the give and take with that play. We've seen the safety squeeze and really suicide squeeze executed perfectly. I believe Release did that in the Diamond League Championship game. But that time it doesn't work out. First pitch off the plate for ball 1.
Definitely saw it back when Tri-C played Mid-Michigan.
And that ended up working out perfectly for them.
Multiple times.
That was a big reason why they were able to win that series. Weak pop on the infield, and it will be caught for out number 2. I think either way it's an infield fly. 2 quick outs recorded by Force's defense, and that will bring up Wirchis. Still a chance to do some damage. I think if you make this 9-6, Force doesn't score, you have a decent shot to take the lead. But if it stays 9-4, that's going to be a tall ask of the bottom of your order, or really now the top, as they are up next. The bottom has delivered so far, but they need more. We say you don't need to get everything at once, but in a game like this, you're going to need to get everything here. Or at least a better start than 2. The 1-1. Upstairs for ball 2. And beyond that, the 2 runs that scored came with nobody out. 2 outs since, no run scoring. A big dynamic change. 2-1. Down low for ball 3. The bases could load up here, and that would bring up Danoon, who has grounded out 3 times to short. At that point, you might just put everybody over at short. Line them all up. 3-1. Hit down the left field line, but foul. If fair, that would have been the saving grace Power Baseball needed. But the runners will be off. Anything in the outfield, and the second base runner will be home. Potentially the first base runner as well. Payoff pitch. It's upstairs for ball 4, and that will load up the bases. Bo Danoon, 0 for 3, 3 ground outs to the same exact spot. But a chance here to break the streak and break this game even further open.
Well, get it closer, but yes.
Heading into this game, it was pretty much a clear, done game. Once again to short. Unbelievable. The 4th time today, Gerard has retired Danoon, or at least a placeholder in this case, and the side is retired. Have you ever seen this kind of consistency?
That is absolutely crazy.
Only 2 runs score for Power Baseball in the top of the 6th inning. Credit to the defense of Force Ohio, able to hang on in and get a few pivotal outs. It's simple. If they score 3 runs, the game ends here. If not, Power Baseball, 3 more chances to tie or take the lead. This is the 2025 Kent State Invite number 2 on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Forest Ohio looking to slam the door shut on Power Baseball in the bottom of the 6th inning. 9-4 your score, the number 5 seed on top of the number 6. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. 2 runs did score in the top of the frame for Power Baseball, but with no outs, 3 outs then recorded, nothing else happening. And that was really a tough blow for the offense of Power. They had momentum for a time, but just couldn't do all too much with it. Fly ball to center field, caught for out number 1. That will retire Gerard.
Yeah, really that was kind of their big chance. They needed to score more than just 2 there. But, I mean, still a chance if they're able to push it to the top of the 7th. But need at least 5 to keep the game going.
And for Forest, they need 3 to end the game here. But I would say the run rule, at least for the time being, kind of out of the realm of possibility unless we start to see some good hits here from Force. Either way, given that inning, would you be scared for the next game? Or do you feel like that was just kind of a flash in the pan from Power and this squad can lock back in?
I mean, it's definitely, I don't know, it's kind of here or there, especially with playing 2 games in this heat, but
popped up to second base and caught for out number 2.
I honestly don't know.
It's going to be tough. You do have a scrappy Mentor Cardinals team ready to go. But the question is, how scrappy can they be against this Force squad, albeit 3-11 on the year, but with 2 wins up to 5-11. And that might be enough to turn around their season. And then after that, at 1 o'clock, we will have the semifinals for the championship bracket. 2 down, and it is Westendorf stepping in. Westendorf will look to come in again in the 7th to nail down this win. Won't be a save, but a chance to just get his team one more opportunity to win some silverware. The 1-0 fouled into the back netting, now 1-1. Full slate of games here at Schoonover Stadium. This is game 1 of 4. Next up, it is the winner of this game against the Mentor Cardinals, followed by the semifinals between Mash Factory Berkwin and Clutch Elite. Then at 3:15, the championship game in the main division as the MAF Gators take on the winner of Berkwin and Clutch Elite. Looking at the fan vote, the 2 teams expected to be in that championship game is obviously the MAF Gators and then Mash Factory Berkwin. And that is no real surprise. Brock Berkwin, maybe the top prospect in this entire tournament. Johnny Kiveman of Clutch Elite, another top guy for Norton. But we will see them later on today in the winner's bracket. 3-1, pops shallowly into right field, and it will go down as a 2-out single. Good bloop hit by Westendorf, and that will keep the inning going. Now Cannon Driscoll, the catcher, steps in. A line out to left and an RBI single to his name thus far. As for Power Baseball, it is Long, Stacy, and Cunningham in the 7th, trying to keep the game alive. The pitch. Upstairs, almost on that inside corner. Definitely a close call, but not going to get the nod. 1-0 count on Driscoll. But if you are Force Ohio, this is where you can really make a statement, show your resolve, and really put some fear into the onlooking Menor Cardinals. But a lot of credit to Mentor. They did a great job against that Mash Factory Berkwin side. A 2-0 game. They held that great offense for so long. Runner goes, chopped foul to the left side, now 1-1. We saw, I think, a total of maybe 5 or 6 base runners through 3 or 4 innings. And then Match Factory, courtesy of a triple from Brock Berkwin, was able to get in a good spot to then score their 2 runs. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Driscoll. The pitch. Lobbed upstairs for ball 2. And looking at today, no repeat matchups. I don't think any are possible for the ones that we saw on Thursday. For Menor, no, this game is not a repeat. Swing and a miss now, 2-2. Semifinal is not a repeat. The Gators, they ended up playing 4, so no repeats on our end. But overall repeats in the tournament, yes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Everhart looking to get out of the inning. Runner goes again, down low for ball 3, and that will put the runner in scoring position. Full count on Driscoll as it is Josh Rachel, the right fielder, awaiting in the on-deck circle. Everhart looking to end the inning. Skied on the infield, and it will drop foul. A second life given to Driscoll. Kind of got jammed up on that swing. Too much underneath it. And that is usually the result when that happens. But I would say overall this game, despite it being a comfortable win for Force overall, assuming that is the parting line, it has been a competitive game from start to finish. A couple of tougher scenarios for Force to get out of, which has made for some good baseball. Payoff is hit hard down the left field line, but well out of play. I would say outside of the heat, no complaints so far.
Yeah, just a big complaint, the heat.
And that is kind of what you would expect today, just given the awful weather. The payoff pitch popped on the infield, and it looks like it will escape into the outfield. Finally called off by Cunningham as he will retrieve it to retire the side. Almost an RBI single for Driscoll, but the center fielder able to crash in on the ball to make the out. End of 6 at Schoonover Stadium. Power Baseball, one last chance to tie the game, down by 5. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Last chance for Power Baseball in the top of the 7th inning. 9-4 your score on SmeeSports. The number 6 seed in need of 5 runs to keep this game going. First pitch grounded to third. Going to be a tough play on the charge. Throw to one, not in time. And the leadoff man is aboard to begin the final inning.
That's exactly what you want if you are Power. You got to get the runners on somehow. Exactly what you want, getting the leadoff runner on.
It was a good competitive charge from Rachel, just unable to catch up to it in time in the end. Not really his fault, as that was a perfectly placed ball. Nobody out, throwback to one. Close, but not in time. But that will bring up Aiden Stacy, the starting pitcher today for Power Baseball. A walk, a ground out, and a strikeout to his name in the game. Pops that one up on the infield, going back to the net. And it is going to go in and out of the catcher's glove. Good attempt by Driscoll behind the dish, but kind of lost it in the sun. Really never had the best read of it, but I give him a lot of credit for being that close.
Absolutely. Still giving effort even in the hot, beating sun.
And keep in mind, he is the youngest guy on the squad, or at least in the youngest age threshold, as he just finished up 8th grade. So it's like a lot of work to do for him. But you look at him going to St. Ed's, if he can take that next jump, I think you're looking at a future starter for St. Ed's. Especially, once again, with Jack Lau vacating the team after next season. The 0-1 pops up right side this time. Maybe a better angle. Better angle, yes, but it goes into the dugout, and so does the first baseman. Don't know if that one would have counted. I kind of doubt it. But you give a lot of credit over at first base to Shadle for at least going for that ball like that.
I think he kind of just ran out of room and then looked down and saw the stairs were there and made it safely down.
Took a second in the shade for himself, too. The 0-2, down low and behind, and that will put a runner in scoring position at second base. Now at third, he is going to take both bases. From one corner to the other. That is big for Power Baseball. Still nobody out in this inning. Getting a run on the board with no down is paramount. Not a necessity per se, but it would go a very long way for Power Baseball if they can make it happen. The 1-2 going to miss. Now 2-2. Right now the time 10:21. The next game potentially going to start a little bit later than expected. 2-2 inside for ball 3. I would say if this game continues to go until 10:30, 10:50 would be the start time of the next game. Usually they give 20 minutes for the teams to warm up. The payoff pitch down low for ball 4, and that will put runners at the corners with nobody out. Power trying to do what they did against Clutch Elite on Thursday. Once again, they did score 5 runs in that inning, just falling short at the final hurdle, losing 10-9. But a chance for redemption. Runner goes. They get the strike on an excellent frame from Driscoll. 0-1 the count, but on indifference, that will give the runner second base. Base knock makes this a 3-run game. The 0-1 fouled into the back netting, kind of weakly, an awkward spot on the bat. Now 0-2. Once again, the winner of this game takes on the Mentor Cardinals at around 10:45 a.m. local time. Still a chance that game does get delayed a few minutes. The 0-2, ground ball up the middle, nobody's home. It's an RBI single. They send run number 6 home, but in the end they cut him off, and that will keep runners at the corners, nobody out. 9-5 your score. Wow. Good hitting by Bryson Cunningham. And that will bring up Kaysen Lash. Lash, one of the best hitters on this team. A double in this game today. I would assume the runner is off.
Most likely.
But then again, we could see a pickoff move take advantage of that. He will stay for now. First pitch off the plate for ball 1. I personally like the move to keep him there for the time being, as if you're going to understand the pattern, you're going to be able to catch on. And that goes both ways. Runner takes off that time, swing and a miss, 1-1, and as expected, it is indifference, and that will give second base to the runner Cunningham. Run 6 and 7 now in scoring position. Swing and a miss. Waves on one outside for strike 2. We talked about that a lot early on in the game. Both pitchers went away from that pitch, but I kind of think that might be the method to success right now. Throw that same pitch outside, maybe a breaking ball outside, and get out number 1. He will go outside, but it carries too far over. But I still do like that pitch. Might not be the best. It might not get an out on the board, but it challenges the batter and makes him stay disciplined. Ground ball down the left field line, but it breaks foul. If that would have stayed fair, then this game, even more so, would have a lot of heat at the end. Even if Power Baseball does not win this game, you have to give them a lot of credit for how hard they have battled.
Absolutely.
We might even go to the 8th inning if they do tie it up. The run rule would go away in that case, and so would the time limits. 2-2 down below for ball 3. A chance to let off the bases. And even more so, force kicking themselves for not closing the door when they had that chance. The tying run is in the on-deck circle. The pitch, chopped foul. He will see it again. And that tying run is Everhart, who had an RBI single in his last at-bat. It's this middle of the order that did the majority of the damage last time out. I think if we do see a walk here, Westendorf might be done. If not, I think at a minimum somebody talks to him. I'd be shocked if not.
Probably.
You kind of have to in this point. The payoff up and in for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. The tying run is up with nobody out. Westendorf, it looks like, will just get some instructions from his dugout.
I think they're bringing the infield in here.
I feel like if you're Driscoll, this is where you have to go call time and talk to him. You have to settle him down here. If this ball's in the outfield, look out. And it is in the outfield on a line. And going back, it is over the left fielder's head. Run number 6 will score. Number 7 along with it. They send 8 as well. The tying run will go to 3rd. And instead he will retreat. It is a 3 RBI double for Jordy Everhart. Now a 1-run game.
Wow.
I think, Cam, we called that one perfectly. You have to go and call time to settle him down. And that's the byproduct.
I mean, exactly. First pitch, misplay by the left fielder, and ends up all the way at the wall for a bases-clearing RBI double.
Tying run at second base for Power Baseball. What a storm back. Steve, a chance to tie up the game, and there is ball 1. Once again, Cam, Force had the chance to end this game a little while back. In the end, they didn't get it done. And now they might have to play the bottom of the 7th inning. And there's ball 2. It is the go-ahead run in the box right now. Still nobody out.
Yeah, I was just going to say, still no outs.
I feel like if he gets on, you have to call time. You have to do something here. The 2-0. Upstairs for ball 3. I'm still shocked we didn't see a mound visit there. I really am.
Catcher's going to go out and talk to him.
And I think that's the right decision. It should have definitely come, I think, before that swing to Everhart. Because that changes the game. 9-5 to 9-8. And once again, this Power Baseball team, we saw them do this exact thing against Clutch Elite. Force was here before that game as they had to play next. They've seen this. And now it's happening to them. The 3-0, it's upstairs for ball 4. The go-ahead run now at first. And I think now we will have our mound visit. Time called, and I think that will do it for Westendorf. On top of that, that will take the win away from Terzel. Potentially. And he will be done. We will have the call to the bullpen made here. It is Pedraza who threw on Thursday back on to try and settle things down. Cam, your thoughts on this inning, as this has been a wild one?
Yeah, it's definitely been a wild inning. I mean, from going in here and only needing 3 outs if you're Force, and it's kind of, looking down if you're Power. I mean, you had a chance last inning, didn't do as much probably as you wished to, but then come out this inning, still no outs, and you're only down 1 with 2 on. I mean, you got to be feeling pretty good about yourself, at least getting that tie and run, only 180 feet away, and then the other one 270, the winning run technically.
And now it looks like the Menard Cardinals might be making their way out of here to warm up. That game will be delayed by now.
Probably.
10:28 the time. Even if you do get these outs and the game ends here, 11 o'clock potential start time. But out of nowhere, Power Baseball, credit to them. 2 runs entering the 6th inning. They have scored 6 runs, technically in 1 inning of work. No outs recorded in this frame. The big one, though, Jordy Everhart. Now, 4 RBIs in this game on 2 hits. Also came in, settled things down on the mound. We will have our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center when this game is over. And I think if Power Baseball wins, Everhart might be the man to get it. I feel like he has done more than enough in this game. But what a dynamic shift. If you are Force Ohio, what is going through your mind right now?
I mean, you just got to try and do your best to get out of this without trying to surrender the lead. You got to try and go for the lead runner. I mean, you're probably thinking in the back of your mind, do they do some small ball, try and bunt him over? I would probably bring the first baseman in, at least cut of the grass or cut of the turf right there. Because all you need is really, well, you do need the one run. But I'm saying, like, they need the one to tie it. And if not, they want to take the lead. They need the other one.
That pitch sails upstairs, but caught by Driscoll behind the dish. One of his most important catches of the day. But now it turns to Bryson Klein, the third baseman, a chance to tie up the game for Power Baseball. That one over his head for ball 2. Pedrazzo looking to locate the zone. If not, the bases will be loaded. Still nobody out. Labs that one in, but missing just above the zone. It's a 3-0 count. This one could load up the bases. And it will. It's ball 4. 4 straight balls. And the go-ahead run stands in scoring position with nobody out. Time now called, and we will have a second mound visit in a row.
I think they're changing the pitcher already.
I think Pedrazzo throwing Thursday is not feeling it right now. You make that change here. And they will. 4 pitches. Not his outing. And they will make the change. I have not seen anything like this. As the new pitcher warms up, we will take a break here on SmeeSports. Force Ohio 9, Power Baseball 8, but with the bases loaded, nobody out in the top of the 7th inning. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. A chance to change this game officially. Swing and a miss. There is an 0-1 count now on hand. It is Caleb Kepner. Bases loaded, nobody out. Top of the 7th inning, down by 1. A chance to be a Power Baseball Club hero. But what a game. So far this inning, single, walk, RBI single, walk, 3 RBI double, walk, walk. Infield is in. The 1-1. On the corner for strike 2. On the mound now for Force Ohio, it is Josh Rachel, the newcomer to the squad as well. This is a baptism by fire for him. But if he can get out number 1 here and set up the double play ball, that would be big. And he gets it. There's out number 1. Josh Rachel, 1 batter face, 1 very important strikeout. The middle can now go back to normal depth. And now we're just the chance to potentially take the lead, but also could be the batter that ends the game. First pitch, it is behind, a chance to tie it up, and we are tied at 9. The ball gets behind Driscoll. 1-0 count on Wirtjes, and we will play the bottom of the 7th inning. Where did this come from?
Yeah, I mean, if in the bottom of the 4th, if you told Force that they were playing the bottom of the 7th, I think they would probably just laugh at you. But I mean, they had their opportunity and
chopped up the middle. This could give them the lead. Throw home. The tag is there, and there is an all-important out number 2.
Second play made at home. Not this inning, but still 2 big outs at home.
We will take a second look. He did get the tag down in time. Also, a pass ball gives them the lead. 4 times today, Bo DeNoon has stepped in. And 4 times it has gone to Girard at short for an out. Can he break the cycle here? This runner will be off, I would assume, on the pitch, at first at least. He will stay. Driven into center field, but it will be caught on a dive and barrel roll, and the side is retired. 5 runs scored for Power Baseball. We are tied up at 9, but Force Ohio 1 run away now from winning the game in the end. Cam, we will keep it here for the time being. What a half inning.
I mean, absolutely insane. We were talking about it, how we thought Power kind of squandered their only chance in the 6th, and then they come out in the 7th and they eat your words and score 5 and tie the game up, and now we're playing the bottom of the 7th.
And now for Gavin Turgel, the starting pitcher, a no decision. That stings because he was really good today.
Yeah, I mean, he really was. He played his best out there, threw some really good pitches, really kept Power intact, and then turns it over to the bullpen and just can't do their job today.
But right now, a chance for Jordy Everhard and the rest of Power Baseball to force the 8th inning. It's simple. Force, with 1 run, wins the game and advances to the Silver Bracket Championship game. 9 all your score, middle of 7 on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Bottom of the 7th inning. Somehow, in some way, we are here. 9 all your score. And once again, Cam, going back to a call earlier on in the game, that discrepancy changes the name of this one. Swing and a foul tip, 0-1 on Josh Rachel. But that runner being able to tag up and score, that's the difference right now between a lead for Power Baseball and a tie game. The 0-1. Rachel swings and misses, now 0-2. If we do go to extra innings, Cam, I think this game does favor power baseball.
I mean, they definitely have the momentum right now. I mean, really coming in with a big spot there in the top of the 7th. If they can get 3 quick outs, watch out.
The 0-2, chopped left side, scooped up at third. The throw to 1 is in time for out number 1. Good work by the defense of Power Baseball, able to get a quick first out. And now things turn to Anthony Vespucci. Vespucci, just like Rachel, an addition to the squad today. If we do see another inning, it would be Long, Stacy, and Cunningham for Power Baseball. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. I feel like if the winning run does get on base for Force Ohio in this game, they're going to come around and score. I kind of have a feeling that is how this one is going to go, just based on the way they played. Popped right side, going to be caught over at second base for out number 2. A tough play to make over at 2, but it is made nonetheless. And we go back to the top of the order with Kaylin Mulligan. 2 up, 2 down. And for the second Sunday in a row, we are poised for extra innings to begin the day. The last one was 2-2. This one, 9-9. That pitch hits him. Mulligan will reach via the free pass of the hard 90. The winning run now stands at first base for Gavin Terzel.
I feel like he probably goes first pitch here.
I would assume. Terzel so far, single, hard 90, and a triple. He also just had the win on the mound taken away from him. So we will see what he responds with. Runner will go. It's a pitch upstairs. The throw down might get him, but it will not, as he will stay on the bag. Winning run now in scoring position for Terzel. And a 1-0 count on hand for number 0. Base hit wins the game, or at least I think they test fate and send him home. Lobs in, but hit foul. 1-1. From our angle, that looked like the game-winning pitch.
Yeah, I thought that was going straight up the middle.
The danger of hanging one right over the sweet spot of the plate. Anybody right now can be Force's hero in this game. The 1-1. Down low and kept close behind the dish. Good work by Klein. Now 2-1. Extra innings work like this, if I'm not mistaken. 8th inning, normal, nobody on. 9th inning, runner at second base. That is just in order to keep these games going. Here is the 2-1. Pops up right side. Will it fall? No, it will not. It is caught over at first. That is Stacy making the play, and the side is retired. The winning run stranded at second base. 7 complete. It's time for extra baseball here on SmeeSports. 9-9 your score. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to reach 4,000 subscribers by the end of this summer. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing and greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports. As well, if you go down below, make sure to leave a like rating on this live stream so this content will get pushed out to people looking to follow these impressive athletes. As well, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact me at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center and CrossFit Strongsville for sponsoring today's broadcast, and thank you to the 965 Midwest Challenge for partnering with us to present these broadcasts. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Seven innings, not enough to seal this game for either squad. We do have a change to the extra inning rules here. I believe since we did exceed the time limit, the runner over at second base is customary at this point. Still getting used to these rules as it is an ever-changing science, as these tournament games are definitely not at all similar. 1-1 now, the count on Long, the leadoff hitter. He will be followed up by Stacy and Cunningham. But the go-ahead run at second base makes this a lot easier for power baseball. But a 1-2 count, getting out of this inning is a big deal for Rachel and company. If they do, they might have all they need to win the game.
I mean, realistically, if all you need is one to at least force the other team to score, I'm probably laying down a bunt here and then trusting one of my guys to try and get a single to get him home or a sac fly.
Pops up on the infield. It will go foul, and it will be caught for out number one. A big first out to record on the infield.
That's exactly what I was going to say, big out number one. I mean, probably on a single here. Depends on how hard you hit it to the outfield, but you most likely chance at sending the runner home to try and give yourself that lead and force to do the same in the bottom of the eighth.
Aiden Stacy, the starting pitcher, now first baseman, steps in. So far in this game, he has a walk, a ground out, a strikeout, and another walk. 1-0 count as he takes upstairs. Once again, game number 2 has been delayed a little while. The winner of this game will take on the Mentor Cardinals with the Silver Bracket Championship on the line. The 1-0 hits the top, now 1-1. If Josh Rachel does win this game on the mound for Force, you're looking at a guy who could be an everyday starter as one of the young bucks for this group. And that says something. Runner goes, pitch down low, throw down will be blocked, and not in time. But you had to do something like that.
I was going to say that's the smarter play instead of trying to tag him and get the out there. I mean, throw is wide anyways. You probably won't get him on the tag, but you have to play it smart and try and avoid that runner to get home without even a chance. Now the infield's going to come in and try and cut off that runner home.
That is your play. You have to keep this a tie game if you are Force. 2-1, sails upstairs for ball 3. And if this is a walk, then you put 2 runners in scoring position because he will steal. And I doubt that you would see a throwdown or even a swing that could negate it. So getting strike 2 here, almost a necessity for Force. But they will not get it. It is a walk. Stacy draws his 3rd of the day. And that puts runners at the corners, 1 down for Bryson Cunningham. A triple, a single, a walk, and a pop out in this game. I feel like you have to steal here because if this is a ground ball up the middle, you get the double play, the inning's over, and you get nothing.
They're just going to put him on.
Intentional walk, loads up the bases. I feel like that's a smart move here.
Probably.
But then again, we saw that last week. Bases intentionally loaded, hard 90, ended the game.
This one won't end the game, obviously, as we are in the top half of the inning, but still, could give him the lead.
The pitch, gonna bounce in for ball 1. Kaysen Lash, arguably the best hitter on this team, a chance to provide power baseball with their first lead of the game.
Or something that we've seen all day, the pass ball.
Swing and a miss, now 1-1. Good motion downward to that bottom right corner. But this is definitely one of the more stressful points of the game. The 1-1. Chop left side, but foul. And all it takes is a strike to make it 2 outs. A lot of pressure right now on Kaysen Lash. But in the on-deck circle, maybe nobody better. It is Jordy Everhard. And so far in this game, he has a walk, an RBI single, and a 3 RBI double. It's dangerous. The 1-2 swing and a miss. There is out number 2. Josh Rachel able to blow that one by Lash. And now Jordy Everhart serves as potentially the last hope this inning for Power Baseball to get anybody home.
They need to get someone home because on the flip side, if you're Force, you should be able to, in theory, easily be able to win it.
Fly ball into foul territory, and it will be caught. A kind of diving effort retires the side. Excellent effort over, I believe, at short by Gerard. He is able to track that one down deep into foul territory, and no damage will be done by Power Baseball.
Yeah, even with the stealing of third there and then the walk and the intentional walk, Force kind of hunkers down, and now really good chance for them to walk it off here.
Winning run will start at second base when we return. This is the 2025 Kent State Invite on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Force Ohio with a chance to win this game in the bottom of the 8th inning. Winning run in Gavin Terzel starts at second base. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt here. Instead, he will just take ball 1. Cam, we talked about this in between innings here. Bunting might be the smart move, but at the same time, if you can get a ground ball that gets through, you can end the game that way too.
The smarter play has got to be bunting here, right?
I would agree. Or right now, it's just taking. Patience. If I don't see a strike here, I'm taking.
I mean, absolutely, but in the same time, if you're sacrificing it out, but you're moving the runner to third, you're giving a way better chance off a pass ball.
Pops up into center field. That was the unfortunate alternative, and there is out number 1. I feel like 2-0, he should have waited. I don't think that pitch was a strike. It was close, but.
Yeah, and now you sacrifice that second out.
And I don't even know if they do that because Ben Duke's more of a power hitter. It's their 4-hitter for a reason. He does have a double play to his name in this game, but that's not really set up naturally.
I mean, if they don't score here, I'm going to be scratching my head.
Especially since you only need 1. Swing and a miss. Chase is upstairs and up and in. 0-1 the count. I feel like this is one they can even do a half swing if there's a spot you know you can get the ball through.
Yeah.
The 0-1. Skied on the infield. It might drop, but it will be caught behind the dish for out number 2. Wow. And now Pederaza has a chance to win it. Cam, I think I'm in agreement with you here of confusion why we did not see a bunt or at least anything attempted.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you need 1 run. The guy's already on second base. There's no outs. sacrifice the one, at least get into third for a chance.
And especially with all of the pop-ups, and in this case now pop-outs, no movement.
I mean, I get trying to have your kid swing away and you know, get a good ground ball through the middle, but at the same time, you still need that base hit.
And that might be it. Pederazza nukes it deep to left center, and that will do it. Force Ohio is going to walk it off. David Pederazza wins it. 10-9 your final.
Well, I guess I'll shut up.
And he is going to just dive into third in celebration. Force Ohio wins it, and they will play again for the Silver Division Championship. Beautiful, beautiful swing. Pederazza unleashes, and the game is over. Wow, what a finish. Out of nowhere, David Pederazza, 0-for-2 on the day before this. What a big first hit. 10-9 your final in game number 1 of the day. One final commercial break, then we will announce our player of the game, presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. 10-9 your final in extra innings. Force Ohio survives and will play another game. Cam, it's not about how you start a game, but it's how you finish. And because of that, your player of the game, presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, David Pederazza, the walk-off RBI double. It would have been a triple or maybe even an inside-the-park home run if it would have been able to fully develop. But let's talk about that one hit, as without it, we're still playing.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it came at the time when I was just talking about how I thought this was mismanaged. But obviously, I'm not the coach for a reason. Obviously, the coach saw into the future and knew his player was going to hit that walk-off. But, I mean, yeah, just comes up at a good time and sends it into that left center gap and ultimately scores the winning run.
Beautiful swing by David Pederazza. Came into pitch, had to be pulled due to some arm pain, but it appears that he is all ready to go now, at least with that hit, potentially for game number 2. But he is the reason that they will play it. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to reach 4,000 subscribers by the end of this summer. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing and greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports. And as well, make sure to leave a like rating while you are down below. That helps push out these live streams to more people so we can show off our great athletes to as many people as possible. And finally, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Time now to hop on over to game link number 2. Force Ohio will be taking on the Mentor Cardinals. If you're looking for something to do in the meantime, head on over to the SmeeSports website at SmeeSports.com. Read our articles by our great interns, as we have some recent articles about some NBA happenings, the Stanley Cup Finals, and some NIL deals with college football. But that'll do it for game number 1 at Schoonover Stadium. Number 5, Force Ohio wins it 10-9 over Power Baseball. He's been Cam Ragazzo. I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Kent, Ohio, and we will see you again in a few moments. This has been the 2025 Kent State Invite number 2 on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge.